As you guys can see by the title, I am pregnant. I'm 12 weeks and like 2 days pregnant right now. Okay, so I have a lot to fill you in on. I'm gonna go through my like week from getting pregnant till like now. If you guys want another video on like how we conceived and how long we've conceived and like what was that process, I will do a separate video because this video would be way too long if I went into that. So I have notes on my phone and we're gonna go through my phone on my notes. So if I'm looking down, yes, my eyelash glue is probably showing, but you guys, I haven't even like worn makeup, been on camera, done anything. I've been kind of hiding out for the last like, I don't know, 3 months. I'm 12 weeks pregnant. I got pregnant in January and we're gonna start from my symptoms from week 1 all the way, or from when I found out I was pregnant, all the way until now. 10 days past ovulation, I got a faint positive. I was very anxiety ridden, obviously from my past. I didn't have any symptoms, and sometimes by the time I get a positive test, like even the faintest positive, I'll have, from the last like 2 pregnancies, well, Livia and then the one I had to have a DNC in the summer, which really, the genetics didn't meet the sac, so there was no baby in there, but my body like had a lot of hormones that time. So it was just like a sac, and I got a DNC at 8 weeks then. But anyways, I had no symptoms, so I was like, okay, this is a chemical pregnancy. I thought it was a chemical pregnancy because I've had 2 of those before, chemical pregnancies. And I was expecting a period because it felt like a chemical pregnancy, which usually what happens is I'll get a positive and then I'll get a period like a week after, like the week I'm expecting my period. Anyways, I obviously didn't get, the lines got darker and darker, so I didn't get a period, but I had no symptoms. Once I was supposed to get my period, I actually had some implantation bleeding maybe 3 days before I was supposed to start my period, and it was, for one, painful. I was like, this is gonna be a bad period, like I have cramps. So I did not take Advil because in the back of my mind, I was like, this could be implantation bleeding because it wasn't very heavy bleeding. It was only when I wiped, there was only like a little bit of blood. But it was never dripping blood. So I was like, okay, this could be implantation bleeding. So I didn't take Advil because it's not good to take Advil. I took Tylenol and then I put CBD on my stomach. I mixed CBD and peppermint oil and it's amazing. Week 5, I had headaches, mild nausea, but I'm always nauseous no matter pregnant or not. So you kind of can't go off of that for me because I am always nauseous. I think I'm allergic to gluten and I've had bad stomach problems for the last year. So kind of just don't go off nausea for me for symptoms, but later on you can. Randomly dizzy. So sometimes like a dizzy spell will hit me in the like on week 5 to 6. It like hit me like, oh my gosh, I'm dizzy. No breast tenderness, but occasional heavy feeling in that week. So in week 5, I had no breast tenderness. So that what made me feel, I was like, okay, like I was expecting the worst because with all of my pregnancies I had extreme breast tenderness, like to the point where like you touch your nipple and you want to cry. Like that's how bad it would hurt. My main symptoms was headache and constipation and insomnia, and I think the insomnia had to do with anxiety, especially very early pregnancy. Week 5 to 6, I had bad stomach cramps, almost passing out on the toilet. You guys, I had to call Chuck from the toilet to come home from work. This was in the morning. Every morning I would just have really bad stomach cramps. The constipation was so bad that I would have to do enemas. I do little kid enemas because I'm scared to do big kid enemas. Anyways, so I did enemas, and then I did, I was breaking out in a cold sweat. This happened once, and I'm knock on wood, I'm so scared it's gonna happen again because I was almost throwing up. If you've ever been constipated before and like tried to poop and couldn't poop, it is probably the worst thing ever. Like it's the pain and the sweating just to get one little poop out. But what happened was I used a little enema, like one of Liv's ones that we've had around the house, and it worked and thank God it did. It just kind of like flushed the area to help it like slide out. It's a glycerin one. Don't use, I feel like don't use anything with stimulant, like any laxative with stimulants or anything like that, because I feel like that could like induce something. Then this is when the nausea actually hit, because the constipation was so bad. It was like, it goes hand in hand. Breast tenderness kicked in full force on week 6, like 6.5, 7. Nipples are very sensitive in the shower, to the point where it was like it hurts so bad in the shower. And then just my boobs feel heavy, like heavy. So that's one of them. So the breast tenderness kicked in later, and I'll tell you why I think it kicked in later. Tired, and I was depressed a little bit just because I was so unsure before our appointment. I was really anxious, hard to eat, but once I did, I feel better. I got super dehydrated really fast, so I would feel like I just couldn't even get out of bed. Like, just before your first appointment, not knowing anything, I was going through it mentally, and I think that happens to a lot of women. So you're not alone, like, at all. I still get depressed and like very anxious. Anticipation of going to the doctor is killing me. I had to switch to a better doctor for insurance because my doctor wouldn't see me till 5 months. Like, and they wouldn't give me a sonogram until like my HCG hit a certain level, and I was like, F this. So I went and I got like bougie insurance just for this year. We get random hot flashes. I'm actually having one now. It's the hormones. You get the hot flashes, girl. And midday cry naps, I would have, it was really like a really hard time from week 1 to 7 for me. I would just go days without pooping, and then I would have extreme diarrhea. So that's that. I can only eat sandwiches, and that's how it's been since the beginning. Fruit or sandwiches. Can't really eat anything else. I've still been nauseous in the 12 weeks that I'm here. Sorry if I'm going like off with all these symptoms, because like literally, you guys, I love videos of symptoms. I just love it. Week 7.5, went to the doctor's. As soon as he walked in, this is the first time I'm meeting him, by the way. So as soon as he walked in, I'm bawling, inconsolable, could not breathe. Thank God the doctor's office is so nice. Yeah, you can bring someone with you. They can come to the sonogram. In the days like this, like with COVID, I cry even thinking about it. So Chuck explained everything, my past and my worries, and he goes, before I even introduce myself, let's go and do a sonogram. Are you okay with that? So he put the sonogram on my stomach, and we could see right away. He goes, before anything, healthy, on track, heartbeat. And I'm like, okay, let's talk. And I go, I'm in shock. Like, I was in shock. And I go, thank you so much for doing that right away. He goes, you know, I think he obviously knows the certain type of personality. Like, he knew right away, like, I needed to know before we even talk. I'm not gonna go over my, like, anything. I need to know, because I was inconsolable. Like, I was bawling my eyes out. I could not talk. Chuck was there for me. We talked about progesterone, because I was taking progesterone right when the pregnancy started, and that made my constipation and my bloating unbearable. You guys, it felt like I was at least like 12 months pregnant. Like, it was hitting my ribs so bad. So I stopped taking it, and he's like, okay, well, it's up to you. Like, you could stop taking it. So I stopped taking it, and I mean, I was fine. I didn't have low progesterone, but we were taking it just in case, like, to, you know, kind of like push the pregnancy along, I guess. But he said, you know, studies doesn't show that it like 100% like pushes things along. If things are gonna happen, they're going to happen no matter taking progesterone or not. So it does save some miscarriages and things like that in some pregnancies if you have low progesterone, but I did not have low progesterone. So it was just kind of taking it. But I told the doctor, I said, honestly, I can't take this. Like, I can't sleep, I can't do anything. I couldn't even, the bloating was just absolutely terrible. I got a Doppler on Amazon. It's cheapy, but it was like 75 bucks. But you guys, it gives me a peace of mind. I can feel his heart, or I can hear his heartbeat. It tells me how, like, what his heartbeat is. And I got that at 7 weeks right after the doctor's appointment, and it's been a savior. If I didn't have this, I'd be calling my doctor 24/7. Be like, oh my God, what's going on? Like, I can't, you know what I mean? So I like that a lot. The nausea really kicked in. I would say about 7 weeks. And then there was a week there that I didn't have any nausea, and then it came back. Acid reflux, I can't eat salsa. And I think that the nipple soreness being like later on, and like my boobs don't hurt as bad as they did with Liv, and I think it's because I'm having a boy. The reason why I know I'm having a boy is that we did the genetic testing at, is it 10 weeks? I just had it done, 10 weeks. And everything came out low, you know, low on the scale of anything, you know, chromosomal happening and things like that. And then you got to know the gender, and I was like, hell yeah, I wanna know the gender. So we're having a boy. Super excited about that. I thought I was gonna have a girl the whole time because the nausea and all that stuff felt very similar to Liv. The only thing is the constipation. I mean, I had it with Liv, but not to that extent. And I'm a little bit tad more nauseous this time. I use these seasickness bands. They help a lot. I think it's mind over matter though, because when I'm nauseous, I'm nauseous. I would have gag reflex in the middle of the night. I think that's acid reflux. I would wake up gagging. I sleep with a puke bag next to me. Knock on wood, have not puked yet, but guys, I have been this close. Making myself meals that I can't eat. So I'll make like a couple of meals that sound good, like buttered pasta, and then I try to eat it and want to vomit. So I can't eat it. I have a lot of saliva. My 10-week appointment went really well. Baby was measuring right on time. Heart rate was pretty high, but he said it was normal, it was 180. I saw his feet and like he like rolled over. Obviously I don't feel him yet. I could have sworn I felt him this morning, but then I took a poop, so it might have been my bowels moving. But I saw him moving, like that appointment, my 10-week appointment of seeing like a full-on child in me. It was like, okay, I'm pregnant, this is happening, I'm so excited. And then I did the blood work and everything was a-okay, knock on wood. I am still a nervous freaking wreck forever, and then you'll be a nervous wreck when they come out too, when their birthday. So he's due October 23rd. We already have a name. I haven't even told my mother-in-law. She's gonna be excited because she already, I feel like my father-in-law and my mother-in-law already suggested this name. It's a very classic name. I told Liv, she's absolutely over the moon. We got her a little cake. We're saying, you know, you have a little, this was before we knew we were having a brother. I'm like, we're having a baby. And she was so excited and then got really overwhelmed. She thought she was having the baby. I said, not in your belly, he's in mommy's belly. Let's, you know, so we had to kind of take it back. And then I got her a new book that's called Hello in There. Had to think what it was called. And it's a really cute little picture book. If you guys have any questions on it, I'll leave it down below. I got it on Amazon because she doesn't understand yet. She's 4.5, so she doesn't understand the concept of waiting 9 months. She, oh, is he coming tomorrow? And I was like, no, honey, he's coming in October. Her birthday's in October as well. Hers is the 5th, and his is gonna be around the mid to end of October, depending. So we're excited. She's so excited. She tells, first thing she says when she meets anybody is, my mommy's having a baby. My mommy's got a baby in her belly. So she's really excited. But yeah, there it is, 12 weeks pregnant. I'm gonna try to update you guys week to week. I probably won't come out with one next week because I'm already like 12.5 weeks. No, I'm 12 weeks, like 3 days, 2 days. So it's kind of pointless unless something big happens. I'll update you, but right now I'm just constipated, bloated, and nauseous, and that's what's going on. Okay, I hope you guys had a good day. If you have any questions, leave them down below, and I will see you guys not next week, the week after, with my 14-week update. Woo, I'm excited. I'll see you guys later. I just realized I did not film like my bump, and to show you guys like how like far I'm progressing. So I don't know if you guys can see me in the windows washing me out, but I got this off Revolve, and then these pregnancy shorts, they're like really kind of like loose, but like not really spandexy, which I like because they're cotton. Anywho, this is gonna be my uniform in the summer. You know what I mean? Because it's comfy. So there's my bump date. I got granny panties on and they're up my ass, but there's the bump date. Definitely showing a lot earlier this time. 12 weeks, guys. Just the blow is unreal. And yeah, I kind of, you know, I'm at that point where you just kind of look a little chub. Won't make fun of my granny panties. I'm not wearing anything else but that. So there's the bump date. 12 weeks.